Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in a tube style red dot to take a look at. This is coming from Pinty. It is very budget friendly, and it has a unique reticle that I have never seen before on another red dot. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications. I'll show you guys the dot and kind of how to use it, and we'll get it mounted to something, get out to the range, do a little bit of testing with it, and then give some thoughts on it. So this was sent to me from their Amazon store. It's also available on their website, but basically no information really around this outer package. But let's get cut into this here. Get this off, and then we'll see if there's almost like a little box inside of here. And yeah, very little information on that either. I do like these little cases though. So let's see what all we have here. So it looks like we have the dot itself, some cap covers, we're gonna have a battery, and then a tool, kind of like a star-shaped one. Manual. I'll quickly show you the manual. You can pause and read any of that you wish. And there was also a lens cleaning cloth in there. So here is this Pinty red dot. It's obviously kind of branded there. I do appreciate that because a lot of these budget companies don't even put their names on it. It's made out of some type of aluminum alloy, and then it has like a anodization to it to help prevent scratches and corrosion, rust, stuff like that. We're gonna have our windage and elevation adjustments here. And the cap itself has the tool that's going to be needed to make those adjustments. Those threads seem to go on forever. There we go. Let's see what those sound like. Let's see if we can feel it or hear it. Yeah, both. Those are audible and palpable. The dot on this is going to be red. It's going to be 2 MOA, and we're going to have 10 different brightness settings, which are adjusted right here with the plus and minus. Your ocular lens, or the lens you're looking through, is 20 millimeters, and your objective lens is 21 millimeters. It's going to give you infinite eye relief, meaning basically you could put this anywhere along your rail that you want, and it's for Picatinny or Weaver style rails. We're looking at a total length of about 2.6 inches, a total height of 1.94, and a total width of 1.77 inches. We are weighing in at 3.8 ounces. If you put the covers on there, 4.1 ounces. This does have a fully coated objective lens. That is going to allow more light to come in, which makes everything clearer, but at the same time it also reduces any type of glare. They state that this has a waterproof and fog-proof build, but I cannot find the IPX rating anywhere. And they also say that it has like superior shock resistance, but I can't find like a recoil rating anywhere. So this is going to use a CR 2032. So we'll get this in and kind of see what's unique about this reticle. It has this area here that you can use a coin or something if you need to, but really it has like these grooves around the edge that you can just kind of just twist that out. And there is an O-ring around this cap to kind of help prevent water from getting in. Alright, so to turn the dot on, you can basically just press either button for a few seconds. And there is what's unique about this dot. It's a freaking smiley face. The nose is our actual dot. And again, it's a 2 MOA. I don't know what setting we're on right now, so I'm going to go up through all of them, see how bright this thing gets. Again, what they're saying is that it has 10 brightness levels. So that's got to be 10 right there. And then they're saying that 8 are visible in the daytime, and then there's 2 that's visible at night. It's not night vision, you just can't see them. They're not bright enough to see in the daylight. So let's go down through them. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and that is very faint. I can still make a little bit out, but not really. That's 2, and that's 1. Let's go back up through them again. But yeah, that's pretty funny and pretty cool. Never seen anything like that on a red dot before. The emitter is down here in the bottom, but it's unobstructed. Like, it does not interfere at all with looking through that. Sometimes it'll stick out on the side and you can see it a little bit, but it's right there. But yeah, that actually looks really good. I don't see like any type of like halo or rings around anything. The dot is really crisp. I also don't notice any type of like star bursting or anything like that around the dot. Everything looks pretty clear right now. So a minute ago when I said you got to hold one of the buttons to turn it on, you actually don't. You just tap it, either button it comes on. But to shut it off, you have to hold. So I'll just show you on the plus sign here. Hold for like 2 or 3 seconds and then it shuts off. But if you want it to come on, you literally just tap it and it's right on immediately. Now I'll do the minus just to show you. So either button turns it on or off. But yeah, it only takes a quick tap to turn it on. Alright, we'll work on getting this mounted next. Just so YouTube knows, I am working with a completely safe and clear firearm. There's no ammo anywhere around. And also, adding a red dot to this rifle does not modify this rifle in any way. It does not make it do anything other than what it was still originally manufactured to do. So the great thing about using like reflex style red dots is that you have unlimited eye relief, and you can literally mount this anywhere that you want along here. So you're just going to take that included tool, loosen this up to where this will fit over top of the rail, and then put her on there. So as it is right now, I am not going to be able to co-witness with my backup sights here. When these are deployed, they're just way too high for what the reticle is here. They do make risers. I don't know, they're like $10 or so on Amazon that you put down on the rail first, and then you put the red dot on top of that, and it'll bring it up to co-witness. All right, guys, out at the range this morning with that Pinty smiley face red dot. I ended up throwing a small riser on it just to kind of make it be able to co-witness here with my backup sights. That way I don't have to get my head quite so low down to it, and I should be on paper already just from lining up and co-witnessing with my sights here. But I'm set up down there at 50 yards. Probably do somewhere close to 100 rounds total through it. First of all, I just kind of want to see if the eyes and the mouth and stuff like that are a distraction. I also want to make sure that there aren't any like flickering of the dots or it completely shutting off or anything weird like that. So I'll report back. Try to give you some idea of what I'm kind of seeing here. It's kind of hard to balance all this stuff, but show the smiley face off of the target and then bringing it on. Well, I didn't have any problems whatsoever at the range. The dot did not flicker. The dot stayed on the entire time. The mount, was secure. It was very easy to sight in, and it held 0 for about 100 rounds that I shot that day. Granted, I was only shooting 22, so there's not a lot of recoil. So what do I think of this Smiley Face red dot? Overall, I actually think it's pretty decent, especially considering the price. The build quality seems to be pretty good on it. The glass was very, very clear. I didn't notice any type of distortion or fisheye type stuff. And they really kind of like hid the emitter down in there pretty well. You really can't even see that. Now, I wasn't doing any type of like rapid shooting or like running with my rifle or anything like that. I had to be a little bit careful at my range because there are homes on the back side of it. But I was kind of afraid that maybe having multiple dots and stuff might kind of interfere with what your eyes are picking up. But again, from a bench and shooting slow, it didn't bother me at all. It was easy to find that nose. But it was kind of actually funny looking through your optic and seeing a smiley face downrange. The dot itself is very bright and very crisp. You won't have any trouble finding it, even on like the brightest, sunniest day. I also like that all of your adjustments for elevation and windage and stuff are audible and palpable, and you don't need any tools to make those adjustments. You just use the cap itself as the tool. A few things to mention. It did not include any type of riser. With my backup sights on here, I put a 0.83 inch riser on it to be able to co-witness. I know they make 0.5, I know they make 0.75, 1 inch. So I know it would be tough for Pinty to include obviously all of them, but it would be nice if they included at least a riser. This does not have any type of shake awake capability, so you are going to have to remember to turn it off, after range trips or whatever. And obviously if you need it in a hurry, you do have to like push the button to turn it on. You don't just grab it and it's automatically on. I think this is only available with the red reticle. So if you're somebody that likes green, I don't see that anywhere. And then probably the only thing I would change if I could is I wish that you could maybe have multiple reticles where if you didn't want the smiley face, you could like hold a button and have just that center dot. But then if you wanted, to be a little bit playful or whatever, you could, put the smiley face back on. But it would be nice just to have just the dot. But overall, I do think it's a pretty decent little red dot, and I would put it on a range gun. There's actually a bunch of videos on this of people doing torture tests, and it's held up really well. So when I got this a couple weeks ago, they were available on Amazon. They're currently unavailable. I got a feeling they'll be back in stock real soon, so I'll leave that link down in the video description. YouTube gets all upset when I actually say the price of stuff, so I'm just going to show it there. But I've also got a 15% off discount if you choose to go through their website to get it, and I'll leave that information down in the description as well. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.